If you're on a tight budget and looking at building or upgrading a gaming PC, chances are that you've looked at the used hardware market. And this will normally net you a better price to performance ratio, but what are the best places for you to begin your search if you're going this route? So in today's video, I'm going to explain the pros and cons of the sites that I generally use, so those of you looking at this path can weigh up the options and decide which is the best bet for you. Welcome back to Twisted Skinz Tech and a happy new year to you all. So to start with, we'll be looking at one of the most popular second-hand hardware sites, eBay. In the last month, I've actually bought 3 graphics cards from eBay, and every one of them has been dead on arrival. I kid you not. Now, I could just be extremely unlucky, but I'm sure there are others out there who have experienced similar issues. Be sure to let me know in the comments section below if you've ever had hardware sold as working and it's turned up dead as a dodo. Add to the fact that there are a plethora of fake Nvidia graphics cards, normally from China, which do indeed, and are in actual fact, too good to be true. This definitely tarnishes the experience for the budget buyer. Whilst it certainly is true that you can sometimes snag yourself a bargain, these seem to be less and less frequent, and people have become wise to placing their highest bid in the last few moments. However, the one great thing about eBay is if you've been sold a dud or your item has been damaged in transit, then PayPal's got your back and you can normally recoup your funds. So what are the other options for the aspiring bargain PC hunter? Well, one such underrated company I've used and been very impressed with is CEX. The Canon 750D I purchased for my channel has been absolutely fine from day one and is covered with a 2-year warranty. At the time of me purchasing this DSLR, it was actually cheaper than most that were being sold on eBay Buy It Now or auctions. Out of all the products that I've ever bought from CEX, I've never had anything faulty yet. The only graphics card that worked from the 4 that I purchased in the last month was the Sapphire R7 250, which was, you guessed it, bought from CEX. If you missed that video, the link's coming up in the top right if you want to check it out. Another advantage of CEX is you can trade in your older hardware without the need of waiting around to sell it, and you'll know exactly how much cash or credit you'll receive. Which leads me on to the next advantage. Vouchers will return you a better price and help you upgrade to something more recent with some additional cash. Now, I will admit that the price for most of the latest gen hardware from CEX are generally not as competitive as older hardware. As you can see in this example, I can buy this AMD Ryzen 1200 for £94 from Amazon, and the second-hand price from CEX is £90. Not exactly a bargain. However, look at this GTX 580, which is selling for £44. That's well under the average price that I see these going for on eBay. And I think that's a fair price for an old but decent graphics card to get someone started on a budget build, especially when you take the 2-year warranty into consideration. Finally, we have Gumtree, which is very similar to the US site Craigslist and is basically an online boot fair. There are numerous advantages as well as disadvantages to using this site. So to start with the advantages, it is recommended that you meet the seller face to face, and this is a good thing, as you can judge the seller as well as the hardware you're looking to buy. One major advantage of using Gumtree over something like eBay is that a lot of the time you'll be able to see the hardware you're buying in working condition. You'll also be able to transport it home the same day, which means that you haven't got to wait around for the item to be delivered. And that leads me on to the next advantage. You won't have to worry about a courier treating your new graphics card like a football. You will generally find you can pick up items cheaper on Gumtree compared to CEX or eBay, as there is normally room for negotiation. Moving on to the disadvantages, you might have to travel all day to pick up that bargain, so the cost of your travel will need to be factored into the equation. Unlike eBay or CEX, you won't be covered for any returns, so if that used CPU dies in the next month, you haven't really got any comeback. Unless, of course, you and the seller agreed to do the transaction via PayPal. So, there you have it, guys. I hope this guide helps you out when you're on the hunt for some second-hand PC bargains in 2018. Let me know in the comments section some of the disasters that have rocked up at your door, or alternatively, some of the best hardware you've managed to snap up on the second-hand market. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Remember to share with your friends and stay passionate about PC, whatever your budget, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.